Good evening, dear sisters and brothers. Welcome to today's evening session of Being Heartful Every Day, a joyful adventure. As we step into day 313th, we continue exploring the quality of settledness. Often we associate strength with force, action, and control. But true strength lies in composure, patience, and an unwavering heart. A settled heart does not react impulsively. Instead, it observes, absorbs, and responds with wisdom. Think of a deep lake. Its surface may ripple with passing winds, but the deeper waters remain undisturbed. Similarly, settledness does not mean a life without challenges, but rather the ability to remain composed amidst them. Through heartfulness practice, we cultivate this quiet strength by letting go of resistance and trusting the flow of life, releasing attachment to outcomes and expectations, and rooting ourselves in inner stillness rather than external circumstances. When we nurture the quality of settledness, our energy shifts from restlessness to a quiet presence that naturally inspires and uplifts others. As we continue with our session today, let us think how we can embody and share this quiet strength in our interactions. Sometimes the most powerful gift we can offer is our presence, fully aware, deeply settled, and completely at peace. Let's continue to introduce those around us to master classes and being heartful everyday sessions, which can help them find their own inner balance. We will now proceed towards the reading for today. Yesterday, we were reading from the article Love in Action, and we will continue from the subtopic today, which is about creating loving relationships with others. All right. The word piety is derived from pietas, the Latin word meaning dutifulness, affection, love, loyalty, and gratitude. It is worth exploring the idea of dutifulness here. When we are able to fulfill our duties, our dealings, our vyavahar, then we automatically create a kind of resonance with others. When we fail in our duties, others will have no respect for us, let alone love and piety. For example, what happens in a family when parents are too busy to spend the proper time nurturing, protecting, and supporting their children? Eventually, those children will lose respects for their parents because their parental duty has not been carried out. Vyavahar resonates from our hearts. That resonance is created in such a way that others are not hurt by our way of living. They are not hurt because of the way we speak, or because we ignore them, or the fact that we don't smile, or because we flaunt what we have. It has to be very simple, the bare minimum, and it must come with a sense of reverence and respect for others. This requires a lot of consideration. Science now acknowledges that consciousness is the basic canvas of the manifested universe. Everything emanates from consciousness. Can we artificially cultivate love and piety and make a show of it? No, it is not possible. Although it does help to try, surely it will inspire us toward a nobler goal. We can only genuinely express love and piety in our behavior and way of living by first acquiring the condition and creating that inner environment within us. It cannot be copied just by being with a saint or a master or by reading about it. It needs to flower from within as a result of meditative practices. And how will we receive such a condition in meditation? How will it transform our inner environment? Will our thirst be quenched simply by looking at two lovely bottles of purer water? No, it will not happen when we become perfect receptacles. And that will happen when our hearts become the perfect vacuum. That is why the cleaning process is so vital in heartfulness, as it removes the complexities and impurities in our field of consciousness, resulting in the vacuum. Eventually, with regular practice over time, we mold our living to such a high order that we are no longer dependent on the cleaning practice because our lifestyle no longer results in cognitive and emotional biases, either in ourselves or in others. Only then will our associates and loved ones find some peace. Only then they will find some sort of uncompromising relationship with us. Only then will there be no demands. It will be a loving relationship based on purity and simplicity, authenticity and conscience. That is why, again and again, Babuji speaks of Vyavahar, duty. What is your duty in this very moment? Not only in your relationships, but also with the environment in which you move. Be it a place that belongs to a friend, your relatives, or you. Be it an industry, an office, or a farm. How does your presence contribute? You cannot fabricate the conditions within yourself. You cannot pretend to be pious, and you cannot pretend to be pure. It will happen when you create an authentic relationship with your conscience. Are you happy with your conscience? Whatever you do, analyze yourself. If you throw garbage on the street or in the river, how do you feel? A lot of us do have a conscience, but is it awakened and the ability to act? Sensitivity develops only then, and we will only become sensitive to subtler and higher things when we are sensitive to these worldly things by actual implementation. Each time our little inner voice prompts us to do something worthwhile, we need to listen to it. Otherwise, we will lose the art. Going beyond the senses and becoming sensitive requires at least some commitment to listening to our conscience about the day to day mundane things. When we have to be reminded of our duties, our consciousness cannot expand. Constant reminders are necessary when we fail to listen. It is already too late when our conscience bites because our duty has not been done. Hence, the reminder comes. Piety arises within the heart. It fills us from beyond when we empty ourselves, when we remain prayerful, when we remain receptive. Piety can become a permanent fixture, but it cannot be practiced. Purity cannot be practiced. Divinity cannot be practiced. And we'll take a pause here and prepare ourselves for the universal prayer and the special Friday 9 p.m. meditation. Let us all gently close eyes. Let us take our attention towards our heart. And as we rest in this stillness, let us send out waves of love, peace, and strength to all the beings across the world. Let us now offer the universal prayer together. May this prayer bring quiet strength to hearts in need and deepen the light within us all. Tonight, as we prepare for rest, let us remember to offer the bedtime prayer before we sleep and sincerely repent for all the missteps committed today with the resolve not to repeat them again. Thank you all for joining this evening session today. See you tomorrow at 6 a.m. as we continue to deepen our exploration of the heart's quality of settledness. Thank you and wishing you a good night.